Goes without saying, a potentially very damaging defeat today.
Yeah, we're disappointed, bitterly disappointed, but we've got to move on quick, and it's going to be a massive game now. I knew this weekend was going to be intense, but I have to make sure the players regroup, and we've got to look forward to the next game.
Let's deal with today first of all and the game. How did you feel it went, and what, if anything, went wrong?
I mean, conditions-wise, every game that I've watched here before is just percentages. I explained to that, and do they deal with it better than the majority of teams? Yes, but to concede from another set play is very, very frustrating, because I think that's cost us in a lot of games now, and we talked about concentration, and we're disappointed with that, very disappointed.
What in particular concerned you about the free kick and the way it went in?
Well, we talked about fouls, and there was a number of fouls that we give away in the first half when the ball gets played in direct in the box from long throws, and then when you clear your lines, if you give fouls away, it always invites the next ball, and that's exactly what happened in the second half there with the free kick on the edge of the box.
Of course, after that you needed to find a goal to get back in it, and goal scoring has been a problem in games for you.
It has. So I think we had 3 up front the majority of the time there, and you know, as much as what we went for it, even having John off the pitch didn't really help us, but I have to make sure I stay strong. Have to, and I've been in this position before. You can hear their dressing room. It's exactly like our dressing room last year, and I have to make sure these players are up for the fight.
Yeah, they celebrated at the end like they've stayed up. They've obviously still got work to do, but how about your players? How are they dealing with this situation, the run they're on? They will look at the table and see the gap down to 4 points. How are your players, particularly young players, dealing with the pressure?
I think they have to deal with it. There's no excuse. We're fighting for the football club. You could see the emotions there. Supporters, you know, were directing their frustration towards me, which I can totally understand. They've come here today. They've watched an absolute ugly game, and you know, I'm share their frustrations. But we have to make sure that we got a big game coming up now against Crewe, and I expect a group of players to show a willingness and hungry to do whatever they can to fight for this football club. And if I don't get it, and I see a player that's not showing that willingness, no disrespect, I don't want them around the place.
So the gap's 4 points now. There's yourselves, Cheltenham, Hartlepool and Newport. It looks like 1 from 4, so you've got to make sure that you're not that one.
Well, we go into a home game now, so I have to make sure that the players are ready for that challenge.
Is there anything that you can do differently? I mean, I know how hard you work down. Is there anything that you can change to try and stop this? 2 wins in 23. It's a bad run, isn't it?
I think the second part of the period has been frustrating for a number of reasons. I think you could see there with Johnny having to go and goal. We're working with players now that have not really had this experience, but I ain't using that as an excuse. These players have got an opportunity to be able to build a livelihood, build a career for themselves, and they've got to be able to accept that challenge.
What's the situation with Artur Krucha?
Artur's twisted his ankle, so we don't know the extent of how long he's going to be, but Madders will step up now. He's worked extremely hard, and he has to make sure that he's ready for the next game.
Some tough times, 18 months in charge. Is this now your toughest test heading into Monday?
I've got to be honest, I knew this was going to be tough. I prepared mentally for this, and I don't want this to turn out like this, but again, I have to make sure I'm strong enough to deal with this.
One more win and probably do it. Are you confident that lads can turn it around?
They've got to.